Today on How to Tarot, our querent hopes to channel a message from behind the veil. We're going to break down each card one by one and really take a hard look at what they mean. And then we are going to put them together and attempt to see what kind of message Joe's Papa might have had for her. Our first card is going to be Reverse Judgment, which we've looked at in the past, and we know it kind of has to do with holding on to something for too long because of stagnation or poor judgment, something along those lines. But let's kind of just talk about how we got there a little bit. The Fool has been progressing down his journey, and he's come across the Devil and had his major catastrophe with Tower and either learned to embrace it or not, and healed by the Star, and he's been led by his intuition, the moon, and down his winding path up the mountain. And he's finally found himself to the sun, where he gets to sit there and really appreciate his accomplishments and bask in it for as long as he wants. And when he finally gets done and he's ready for the next step and he's ready to step into the world and become something new, he has to have the judgment. And you can see from the people in the judgment, they are very happy to be here. Okay, we have everybody's super excited. We're all standing in water, which is to say we're standing in our emotions and our intuition. Everybody's very happy. We have the white background of the mountains in the back, and that's signifying that there's been a significant path traveled to make it to this point. And everybody's very happy. And Arthur White talks about in his book that trumpet blows, everything that you really love kind of surfaces, and everything that's left over kind of gets left behind, and a lot of people think, oh, this is a scary image, but it's not. It's actually very beautiful. You get to leave behind everything that isn't serving you and really hold on to the things you absolutely love. But when it's reversed like this, it oftentimes means stagnation. Right? It oftentimes means that you've been basking in the sun for far too long, and it's really time to let go of it. But you've been having some poor judgment, maybe some self-doubt, things along those lines. The next card we're going to look at is going to be the Six of Pentacles, and we have a rich guy who's given money to the poor, right? But there's a little more to it than that. We have scales in his hand. And let's take a hard look at what those scales might represent. Now, we know Pentacles is going to be about wealth or material type things, but the six, when I think of six, I like to think of the bees. Consider the unity that a hive mind provides, the equality, reliability, communication, the integration. Six is perfection. We have the bees. Everybody's exactly equal. It's a perfect utopia where everybody is kind of just perfectly taking care of each other. So when we have the Six of Pentacles, we're talking about, especially in today's society, I want to say a family kind of thing, right? We're talking about taking care of the people around you that are also taking care of you. So what does Joe's Papa have to say to Joe? I think at this point we've went into an in-depth explanation, and you might be able to determine for yourself what it is that these cards might mean. But let's go over it one more time in summary and just kind of have one last look. We have the Judgment card, stagnation, self-doubt, poor judgment, poor logic, because it is reversed, right? We're talking about the keywords on the bottom. And we have the Six of Pentacles, so we're talking about sharing the wealth and being generous. And we know from the Six that it's kind of within the family unit or some way that benefits his lineage. He's really helping others but helping himself at the same time, kind of thing, right? So it is my belief that Joe's Papa might be upset with some kind of way his inheritance was delegated. Perhaps the way his house was what happened to his house, what happened to his empire. He is not thoroughly pleased with the way that worked out, and he wants someone to know about it. Anyway, this has been How to Tarot with Chuck Taylor. I hope you all have fun and stay magical.